Hey, what's up, everybody? So as you guys can tell by my thumbnail and title, I'm having a phosphate problem inside my 225. It's still roughly new and everything, but before it gets out of control, we got to get a handle on it. So let's go ahead and get into it. So as you can tell, it's starting to grow on the plants, it's starting to grow on the rocks and everything else. It's starting to clear up a little bit, as you can tell, right there and right there. But what we're gonna do today is we're gonna put these inside the FX6. Now, probably adding two of these is gonna be overdoing it, but since all my good bio is mainly in the sump and there's enough, bio for the 225 inside the sump, is that we can overdo whatever we need to do in the FX6. So we're gonna be adding these. Now, if you never bought anything for the FX6, as far as the Fluval products go, they got, ammonia pads. They got different pads for different reasons. But on the back here, if you turn this around, it actually shows you where to place it at in the FX6. Obviously, this is an FX4 in the picture, but it's the same concept for the FX6. So it actually tells you what chamber that it goes into. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna take the FX6 apart, which is down right there, and we're gonna go ahead and put these in the FX6. So let's get to it.
All right, so the first thing you want to do is unplug your FX6 and then turn off the aqua stops. That way no water comes out of them when you unplug it. And one thing I didn't do that you can do is actually suggested is purge a little bit of water out from the purge valve from the FX6. That way when you take off the aqua stops, you don't get water everywhere. My FX6 is in my fish room, so if I get water on the stand or on the floor, it's okay. But I still use the towel anyway, that way not too much water comes out, which is you'll see a little bit of water shoot out right about here, I believe. Yeah, right there. Not too much, but if you got your FX6 in the house or anything, I advise you to use the purge valve. That way you're not going to get water on your stand or on the floor in your house or apartment or bedroom. So then once these are popped off, I'm just making sure, I'd seen water dripping, so I wanted to make sure that was fully closed all the way. So once these are popped off, this one was kind of being a butthead. It was picking up the extra water with the towel right there because I realized the plugs for the heater are right there. So I wanted to make sure no water came out, which is I have moved the plugs since making this video. Just wipe it up a little bit, got to keep it crispy and clean and shiny. So now we'll go ahead and remove the FX6 from underneath the tank. And so we're going to go ahead and begin by unscrewing the knobs to take off the lid of the FX6 so we can go ahead and get inside this bad boy and remove the filter trays. Which is, I'm kind of glad I'm doing this because when I first put this filter on the tank not that long ago, I accidentally put the trays back wrong and I didn't think about it until after the fact. And I was like, well, I don't want to take apart right away and fix it, so I'll just wait because I knew this video was going to be made. So the biomedia right there actually does not go on top, it goes in the middle. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. I still have water in the FX6, so I lift it up. I'm just gonna let it drip a little bit. And then I believe this is where I was like, well, maybe I better get a towel. Put that on the towel, that way, even though it's cement in my fish room, I don't want to get water everywhere. But even so, when I lifted up the towel after this, there was water everywhere. So just let that drip out a little bit. You can tell the sponges are already getting a little bit of dirty just for running for a short time, but that's okay. That just means they are doing their job like they're supposed to. So let me go ahead and put this here and then get the FX6 out of the way so we can focus on what we're about to do next. So what I'm doing here is I'm just checking, make sure everything's, good to go. There's nothing in there that's not supposed to be in there that could mess with the water flow or anything like that. No dead leaves or anything from the plants. And so now I'm fixing it to where the biomedia is in the middle and then the sponges are on top. And here I just had some polyfill in there temporarily, so I'm gonna pick that up and throw out the polyfill and be right back. All right, let's go ahead and get this open. And one more time, if you look on the back, it'll tell you exactly where to put the filter pad that you are going to be using. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the one that came with the FX6 because we are about to load this bad boy with all 6 of these phosphate pads. And like I mentioned, I might be overdoing it. I may not need that many, but we have enough bile for the tank inside of the sump. So I thought, why not go ahead and put this in the tank? Extra help wouldn't hurt, so opening them up here, gonna go ahead and put these inside the FX6. You could rinse these out first if you want to. I just prefer not to. So, and that is it as far. Here we are. I'm gonna make sure I put it back together correctly this time. Put the biomedia in the center. And then the other foam pads on top, with the phosphate pads staying on the bottom, as instructed on the back of the phosphate boxes. These clamps, man, they're so useful. It's so much better. I mean, I could easily take the baskets out one at a time, but it's just so much easier doing all 3 at the same time. So now let's go ahead, move that off to the side, and bring back the FX6. And then, sorry for the wrong camera angle. Just gonna go ahead and just plop that right back in. I didn't mean for it to chop down that quick. I lost a little bit of grip. I'm glad water didn't shoot out everywhere. Just make sure that's pushed down correctly. Everything's, fit nicely and everything. Gonna grab the lid. And then, come on, baby, get on there. Go ahead and put the fasteners on. Make sure you don't over tighten them. You just need to hand tighten them and that will be fine. Let's get this bad boy back under the tank. All right, let's go ahead and get this FX6 back into place. Make sure those aqua stops are turned off still, or in the off position. You do not want to open these up just yet. And if you're not familiar with this part, once you put these aqua stops back on the intake and the outtake, you'll hear them click. And I actually experienced it that sometimes they don't click, so you definitely want to double check, but most of the time they do click. So if they don't click, don't panic, just make sure they're on there. And then go ahead and turn them on. I know you can't hear it in the video, but the FX6 is starting to fill up with water right now. And so what I'm going to be doing is, while that's filling up, I'm going to get the power cord, put that on the back side of the FX6, and that way we can go ahead and plug this bad boy in and get it up and running.
And just like that, we're done. It honestly wasn't that hard to do. But I got the phosphate pads for the FX6 today from Petco. They are on sale. I don't know if it's part of the Black Friday sale or what, but Black Friday was yesterday, today's Saturday, so I don't know, but they were on sale and I grabbed them because I needed them. But we'll be back in 30 days to do an update, or weekly. Let me know down in the comments when I should do the next update on it. But obviously I got to clean the gravel. I got to probably scrub some of the dragon stone a little bit to get the phosphate off of there. Got to get dirty a little bit, but it's all for betterment of the fish, right? We got to do what we can for the fish, make sure they're healthy, and got to keep their environment good. But anyhow, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and I'll be back soon with an update. If you haven't already, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Michael the Fish Keeper. I'm more active on there. I gotta get my butt into gear and posting more videos on YouTube for y'all. But hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. Have a great weekend. Catch y'all later.